Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am Joan and this is Joan's Pointed Plate. Today's video is a collaboration video, and this collaboration is hosted by Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy. So Sandy, thank you so much for putting this together and thank you for including me in it. The theme of this collab is fall back with smart choices. We can all use some smart choices in our lives. Before I get into the collab topic, just a few minutes about me and my journey. I started Weight Watchers again in February of 2018 with the goal to lose 50 pounds by my 50th birthday in September. I'm happy to say that I did do that, and I actually ended up losing 64 pounds total, and I made Lifetime in October of 2018, and I have been at goal since. So pretty good accomplishment for me, because this is the first time I've stayed at goal for this long. Now granted, the other two times I got pregnant each time I got to goal, so wasn't happening this time. So is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Exactly. How do I do it? I make the smart choices. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about habits and routines and smart choices, not always the easy choices. So Sandy put together some questions for all of us. Now I will have everyone that's participating in this collab linked in the description box below. So when you are done watching my video, make sure you go over and watch our hostess, Sandy, and all the other ladies and gentlemen that are linked below, because I guarantee you will find some information that will help you. So let's get started on the questions that Sandy put together. Number one, how do you schedule your habits into your daily life? Do you use a calendar? Do you tie it into current behavior, like you walk in place during commercials if you're watching TV? And when and where do you usually do this? Everybody has habits. Some of them good, some of them not so good. We all have the good and we all have the bad. For my good habits, honestly, I'm a scheduler. I like a schedule. I like to stick to a schedule. I have very, very busy, jam-packed days, and if I don't stay on schedule, well, kind of goes to hell in a handbasket. So for me, one of the most important things is exercise. Not necessarily for weight loss, but for health. I am a true believer that everyone needs to do some sort of physical activity on a daily basis. Everyone's fitness level is different. You may be able to walk 3 to 5 miles. You may be able to sit in a chair and do some stretches. And guess what? Both of them are a-okay. As long as you're getting some sort of physical exercise every day, as long as you're getting your heart rate up a little bit every day to just work your body and build your muscle and make you healthy. So for me, that is one of the most important things that I schedule in my routine. So I get up at the butt crack of dawn so I can get my exercise in. I get up between 4:30 and 4:45 every morning, and on Monday through Friday. And I either run a minimum of 3 miles or I do about 45 minutes or so of HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training, and I just use a free app to do those workouts. That sets the tone for my day. If I'm getting my butt out of bed and exercising at that hour of the morning, you can be assured that I think about that and make good choices, because I don't want to ruin all the good work I just did. Now, that kind of exercise that early in the morning, sorry, I grabbed my tea, may not be good for you, and that's okay too. You may be an evening exerciser. You may like to take your dog for a nice long walk at the end of the day or something like that. Whatever works for you. I'm exhausted by the end of the day because my retirement job is running a home daycare. Yeah, I'm exhausted by the end of the day. Between cooking 3 meals for myself and my husband, who is still working from home, and taking care of the little ones, by the end of the day, I'm toast. I do take the dog for a walk, but it's generally not at a fast pace. But it is part of our routine, it is part of our habits. So I do have a routine and I do have healthy habits. Do I have some bad habits? Sometimes I do. And I find that once I start one, it's easy to keep that cycle going. And one of those is snacking after dinner. I love popcorn. Now, granted, it is 0 on the purple plan, but you shouldn't eat it every night. And sometimes I'll get into the habit, like if we have a lighter dinner and I might be hungry a little bit later, I'll make a bowl of popcorn. Well, then the next night I'll do it, and then the next night. And then I have to say, wait a minute, I'm doing this out of habit. I'm not doing this out of hunger. I'm doing it out of habit, and I need to stop that. So there's definitely schedules to habits and routines. You just have to find the one that works for you. Number 2, how do you stick to your schedule? I know this is a cop-out answer, but I just do. I know how important it is for me to stick to a schedule because I can easily and if I have a schedule and I get things done and I get done what I need to get done, my life goes smoother, and honestly, my journey's easier. A big, huge part of my schedule is meal planning. I know it is not for everyone. If you can at least just plan your dinners. I plan breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Lunch usually falls apart, to be 100% honest with you. But I do plan all 3 meals, and I do it for a very specific reason. I love food. I love good food. I love good dinners. I like comfort food. I like family favorites. So generally my dinners are a little bit higher than other meals. If I plan my day, I can plan those high point dinners because I will plan a very delicious and nutritious lower point breakfast and lunch. And my meals are a little bit higher than the normal Weight Watcher because we do try to stick to a mostly whole foods diet. No sugar-free items, no fat-free items, with a few exceptions. I do love me some fat-free half and half. And very little reduced fat. I will use sometimes a reduced fat cheese if I'm using big quantities of it. But for the most part, we try to stick to a whole foods diet. So I need to plan that. I need to plan for those extra points and things like that. You know, my cheese might be 8 points in a recipe over a whole recipe, whereas if I used a fat-free cheese, it would be 1. But that's not how we choose to do our journey anymore. We did start out like that and then quickly realized that it was not sustainable for us. So that's why I need to menu plan. I need to figure out what I'm eating so I have the points for it. Which brings me to the point of when you're out of points, you stop eating points. That's another part of my routine. That's another reason I plan my routine, because a wise leader once said that to me. When you're out of points, you stop eating points. There's enough 0 point foods that if you are truly hungry, not just noshy, not just munchy, not just head hunger, if you're truly hungry, you can find something for 0 points to eat. So just think about that. Number 3, how do you focus on what you want to accomplish? Do you journal? Do you schedule? Do you do it the same time every day? Or do you have a partnership with someone? A little bit of everything. I don't journal, but I do schedule things in. I do schedule my workout. My workout happens every morning. It just does. It is part of my day. It is part of getting up and going to work. I get up and I exercise. It's something I feel I need to do. Same with menu planning. You know, I work on it during the week, and on Fridays I present it to you guys here on my YouTube channel. And having to do that, having that accountability also helps me. And as far as a partnership, my husband and I are right on the same page with our health and our wellness journey. So it definitely helps. As are my kids. Both of my kids are Division I collegiate athletes. I have a runner and I have a thrower. So it's important to them too. It's funny, you look at them and they're completely different. My runner is, trim as can be and slim, and my thrower, his shoulders are like 3 times my body width. So, but we all try to focus on nutrition for different reasons, but we all do try to focus on nutrition. So it does make it easier when they are on board, when your family is on board. Number 4, how do you stop making excuses for yourself when you slip? We all slip, and it is human nature to make an excuse. I do it. I stop myself because I try not to get to that point. I try to have a plan so I don't have to make the excuse. But like I said, we all do it. Right now, my biggest excuse is stinking menopause. Sorry for any guys watching, but I've talked to a couple different doctors, and they all agree that it definitely does affect. But I know plenty of people who have maintained and lost weight while they were menopausal and premenopausal. So I'm not using it as an excuse. It may be a little bit of a hurdle, but not an excuse. I just need to do better. I need to do better with my choices. I need to do better with my eating. So you need to think about what you're making excuses for. I mean, a big one is a lot of us make excuses when we go out for dinner or when we go to a party. And, I'm going to this party and I really don't know what the food's going to be because, we're going to be having dinner at the party. And, it was this and that. And I went over my points. Before you get to that party, make a plan, and then you won't have to make an excuse. Have a 0-point breakfast, have a 0-point lunch, have all your daily points left. And maybe, this party's coming, bank some points earlier in the week. We can roll over 4 points every single day. Bank them so you have a little extra for this party. Don't just eat like a normal day and have a 5-point breakfast and a 6-point lunch and then go into this party with no points. Because then you'll just use the excuse, I didn't know what they were going to have and it was high-point food. That's making an excuse, and that's what we have to stop. We have to make a plan. And, just like exercise. Like I said, I like to run. You know how easy it would be if it was raining or snowing or windy or something for me to say, I can't run. It's raining. It's snowing. I have a plan for bad weather. My plan is my treadmill. Is it the best plan? Do I love it? Not always. Do I like it sometimes? Yeah, because I watch YouTube videos while I'm on the treadmill. So I have a plan. If I did not have a plan, trust me, I'd blow off exercising. I would. And I can't do that. I need to do what's good for my body, and that is exercise. So I have a plan, not an excuse. And number 5, are you doing it by yourself or with a partner? To be 100% honest with you, my husband started this. Back in January of 2018, he went for his yearly physical. Did not like the number he saw on the scale. Now, my husband has always been tall and thin, but as we get older, we tend to hold a little more weight. He was not happy with that number on the scale. He had not seen 185 pounds ever in his life. He did not like it. So he came home from the doctors and he's like, babe, I need to do something. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to cut out the snacking. I'm going to cut out, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to do that. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And he started getting up in the morning and exercising. He started pushing his plate away when he was done eating. He would put his portions on his plate and not go back for seconds. He would not eat after dinner. He wouldn't, say no to dessert or have a very tiny, tiny piece. And I was looking at him going, darn, you're doing good. I need to do that. Finally, a little medical scare scared me straight. And I went back to Weight Watchers. So yes, I do have a partner, and it's wonderful. It does make it easier. You know, and if your partner is not on board, that's okay too, but you need to sit down and you need to have a heart-to-heart with that partner and say, look, this is what I need to do for me. So if you want the junk food, if you want something that's my trigger, you need to not eat it in front of me and not have it in the house. You're a big boy, big girl. You can have it while you're out. Just don't bring it in because you're just sabotaging me. And honestly, a loving, willing partner should be okay with that. So have a heart-to-heart. Explain the situation. It's hard to open that cabinet and stare at food that's a trigger. And I think if you explain that to your household, I think they would understand. I really do. So think about that. Number 6, just because it doesn't follow your plan, how do you make it work? Meaning, you know, at work, everybody goes to lunch on Fridays, or you have bagel Fridays, or, I don't have the right ingredients to make that nice, healthy recipe, so let's get pizza. Once again, no excuse, a plan. If Fridays are everybody goes out to lunch day, maybe you could have some input on where you go out to lunch, or maybe look at the menu before you go and decide what you're gonna have. A beautiful salad minus the unhealthy stuff, or a piece of salmon, or some boiled shrimp. I mean, you can have delicious food for very, very low points. Look in the app, look at some of the chain restaurants, and you might be surprised. And then that might be your high point meal of the day. You know, like I said before, going in, have a 0 point breakfast, plan a very low point dinner, and have that lunch as your big meal where you're spending most of your points. It is doable. You just have to want to do it, and you have to plan to do it. And the whole, I don't have that for a recipe, we're gonna order pizza, that's where meal planning comes in. I am not saying you have to meal plan down to every last little morsel. But if you have a plan and you grocery shop according to that plan, you're going to have the ingredients in your home to make those recipes, to keep on plan. So once again, a little planning goes a long, long way. How do you design your everyday life for success? Partnerships, recipes, and videos. Same old, same old. I just do. I plan. I use YouTube. I watch different YouTubers. You know, you can always find someone who's working the plan how you like to work it. And that's another thing. Look for someone who's having success or who's not giving up. Look for someone who motivates you, who keeps you going, who gives you inspiration. Because 10 to 1, they will help you, and you will stop and think about something that they say. Something will click. And if you watch somebody, if you watch me and decide, honey, you're not my cup of tea, go on to someone else. Find someone. I want you to be successful. And whether that success comes from watching me or watching someone else or whatever, I just want you to be successful. If you ever have any questions or just need to bounce something off, please feel free to email me or message me on Instagram or message me on Facebook. Please reach out to me, and if I can help you, I will. There's a couple ladies who every day, they check in with me, whether it be at every meal or at the end of the day, they check in with me. We have a quick little 2-second conversation via messaging, just saying, you know, what could you have done better? Or, wow, what a great day you had. So please reach out. I may not be able to get back to you right away because, you know, romper room going on here. But reach out if you're struggling. I'm here to help you. I am here to help you, and I will never, ever judge you. So I will give you tough love. I'm all about the tough love. I don't sugarcoat. I don't coddle. I give tough love because that's what I need. So I give it. Number 8, how do you make a habit important to you and not feel defeated when you mess up? We all mess up. We all mess up. Some of us mess up on a daily basis. We are not perfect. We are not perfect. We strive to be. We strive to be better today than we were yesterday. We strive to be better tomorrow than we were today. And that's what we can do. We can strive for it. Are there going to be bumps in the road? There are going to be bumps in the road. You just can't let those bumps stop you. And that's what happens. People hit a wall and they just stop. You have to be resilient. You have to keep pushing no matter what. I've had some weeks where I was 100% on plan. I ate everything perfectly. I exercised perfectly. And I gained weight. You know how easy it would have been to say, forget this? But you can't do that. That number on the scale is a snapshot in a moment. You can weigh in the morning and then weigh again 2 hours later and your weight will be 100% different. It may be down, it may be up. But that moment you step on the scale for weigh-in is a snapshot. You cannot let it into your head. You cannot let it play games with you. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to make it important to you. Because face it, your health is the most important thing. Everything in life stems on your health. And 10 to 1, if we're overweight, we may not be 100% healthy. We may have good blood work, we may have good physicals, but there might be something, lurking in there that is not quite healthy. And we need to do whatever we can to stay healthy and stay on this planet as long as we possibly can. Just remember that you're doing this for your health, for your life. So that is all of Sandy's questions. I hope I just gave a little tiny bit of wisdom. Maybe I helped you a little bit. If I didn't help you, I guarantee one of those names down in the description box below will help you. So please make sure you go and check out all the other creators of this collab, see what they have to say. And hopefully you will get a little inspiration. Hopefully you got some from me. If not from me, from one of the lovely ladies or gentlemen down below. So Sandy, once again, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this collaboration. And I hope I helped you a little bit. If I did, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you came from. Let me know if you've been around for a while. Let me know if I helped you. And if you have a little bit of time, my website is in the description box below, joanspointedplate.com. You will find over there a little weekly message under the blog posts. You will find my weekly menu and lots of recipes. You will also find a bunch of free printables. If now is the time you want a meal plan, I've got about 7 different meal planning printables over there, all absolutely free. Go over and print some out and start using them. So thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me today. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to join my little community here. We have a good time. I do cooking videos. I do full day of eating. I do day in the life. You see my chickens a lot. We do weekend vlogs, just how we spend our days, what we eat during those days. And hopefully I will give you a little bit of inspiration and some fun along the way. So thanks again for watching, and thank you again, Sandy. Have a great day, everyone.